This girl's story is one of the saddest stories you would ever hear, and I cannot believe it took 8 years. 8 years for her to finally get justice. 8 whole years. Despite it being clear that she was lured, ambushed, and murdered for the purpose of money rituals. Elozino Ogege was a 22-year-old student of Delta State University in Abraka. She was in 300 level studying mass communications and was said to be a very brilliant student, a very intelligent student. She was even said to be a first-class student at the time of her death. Despite the setback she suffered from her background, she still pulled through. This girl lost her father at a very early age, and her mother had to hustle to take care of her and her sisters. And so at some point she was like, she told her mom, don't worry about me, I will take care of myself while in school. And she started taking side jobs to pay her fees, accommodation, her feeding, to even send money back home to her family. She was said to be a stylist, a makeup artist, an actress. She was taking all sorts of jobs. At some point, they said she was even hawking orange and selling fruits. As pretty as she was, all she needed was to get a boyfriend that would do all of these things for her. But the baby girl still took her time out of school to get a side hustle while maintaining a first-class CGPA. Not many people can do this, but somehow, some way, the wickedness of man saw her to be the right and perfect specimen for their greed and evil deeds. It all started somewhere around October and November of 2018. At this time, Elo was living off campus in a student lodge, but she didn't like where she was staying. She complained to her mother one day, telling the mom that the people in her compound, the people in the lodge with her, are mostly wayward. They were Yahoo boys, always fighting, always getting in trouble, police always bursting into the compound, people smoking, ras girls, hookup girls, and for some reason she didn't feel safe, and she expressed this to her mother. Immediately the mother agreed to her decision to look for a new place, and this was where it all started falling apart for her. In her search for a new accommodation, she started asking people to find somewhere for her, and one of those people she met was a security man of the compound she was complaining about, a man named Onos. Elo meets the man, tells the man that, okay, she's looking for a new place. If Onos knows any new place, he should let her know. And immediately Onos claimed he knows somewhere and even told her that if she's ready, he's going to take her to the place the very next day. They agreed to go on the 15th of November on a Thursday, and on that day Elo was excited to see the place. She told her mom that she was going to see the new house, and when she gets there she would most likely snap and send them pictures. But here is the thing, as she was talking to her mother about going to see the new place and that the security man was the one taking her there, the mom was uneasy. The mom even asked for the phone number of the security man, but Elo was like, oh, don't worry, he has been our security for a very long time. Don't worry, there's nothing to worry about. Little did she know that there was everything to worry about. Okay, it so turned out that this security man who knows had been met by some Yahoo boys who believably was still in that building. They had met him and told him that their native doctor had asked them to find a girl they could use for rituals. And so when Elo went to meet Onos saw her and thought this was the one. And immediately Onos and Elo agreed to go and see the house on the 15th. He gave Onos time to call the Yahoo boy, a boy named Desmond. He called Desmond and his gang and told them that, what's up? I found a girl and this is the perfect fit for your rituals. So on the day that Elo and Onos, the security man, were going to check out the house, they got to a point where Desmond, the Yahoo boy, and his gang drove in with a Toyota Corolla to pick Elo up. Apparently, somehow they convinced her to get into the car, that they were going to take her to the place. The moment she got into the car, they drugged her, and instantly the killing began. She was taken to a bush unconscious, and while she was even alive, they were plucking out her eyes. She was begging them. Eventually they killed her and harvested her internal organs. They dumped the body and took all the parts of her body that was harvested to the native doctor that would prepare charms for these Yahoo boys to top up, to Yahoo plus up. All the while, Elo's mother was at home waiting for her call, but the call never came. Okay, and then they would call her phone, her friends would call, but other people were said to be the one picking the call. They first of all thought that the phone was stolen or it was missing, but when they would go to Elo's apartment, she's not there. So even if the phone was stolen or missing, she should be in her apartment, but she wasn't. Eventually, her mother and her friends would go to the police to file an official missing person report. They would track her phone and trace it to the security man Onos. He was the one now using the phone. I guess that was his pay for selling her out to the Yahoo boys. Onos was instantly arrested, and the mother was there to confirm that When I spoke to my daughter last, she told me she was going with this same security man to go and check the place. How come I cannot hear from my daughter and I'm trying to call her? I can't reach her, I can't find her, but yet her phone is with this same man. Nah, Onos knew something. When Onos was taken to the police custody, he confessed that the security agency he works for actually hired him to be in that compound to provide human beings as rituals for the Yahoo boys who lived in that compound. Can you imagine a security agency, a whole security agency sending security men to compounds for the sole purpose of finding people they could use for rituals for the people who lived in that compound? Which would most likely mean that Elozino was not the first victim. And the owner of the compound, the owner of the hostel where these boys were lodging at, clearly knew that the boys in that compound were Yahoo boys and they were ritualists, and he was working with them to the point that he will even send a security man to that house to do the dirty work of those people who lived in that compound. And sadly, Elozino was a victim. A total of 5 people were arrested. Desmond, the Yahoo boy, Onos, the security man who sold Elo out, his boss, the owner of the security agency, a guy named Mr. Uche, their native doctor, Mr. Robinson, who was in his 60s, and then 2 other people, in which one died and one other one was, let go. Just basically a handful of them. One of the Yahoo boys died before the case even began, and the native doctor died while the case was going on. And just last month, in July of 2026, on the 29th, the court sentenced 2 of them to death by hanging, the Yahoo boy and the security man. However, Mr. Uche, the security agent, was discharged because the prosecutor could not prove beyond reasonable doubt that he had a hand in the girl's death, because he denied it. The only person who implicated him was Onos. But when Onos accused Uche of hiring him to be in that house for the purpose of killing girls for the Yahoo boys, Uche denied it, and he maintained his innocence up until the end, where the court found him not guilty because basically they could not prove that he had a hand in it. I just hated the fact that it took this long. Poor girl. Can't imagine the pain her family, her siblings, her mom had to go through for this old 8 years. 8 whole years. Oh, but if she was alive, she would have gotten married and given birth to many kids.